The San Francisco 49ers have won 5 of their last 6 games. And 2 huge reasons for that are the 2 walking mismatches they have on offense in Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, who, in my opinion, are the Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill of the NFC. Deebo Samuel having 1,000 receiving yards, being the 49ers' second leading rusher, leading that team in rushing touchdowns, isn't being talked about enough, in my opinion. And George Kittle has 425 yards, 3 touchdowns over his last 3 games. Jimmy Garoppolo, who I've kind of been pretty complimentary of this season, is quietly playing winning football, as you know he typically does. His QBR sits ahead of guys like Tom Brady, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott. He's taking care of the football. Only has 8 interceptions on the season. And defensively, we all know what Nicky Bosa brings to the table. His 15 sacks are tied for the second most in the NFL this season. But as an entire unit, this 49ers defense is giving up the 6th fewest yards per game. They're also giving up the 6th fewest passing yards per game. So this defense is quietly getting it done. And what do you make of the 49ers so far at this point? To a team that both of us have been pretty high on coming into the season, but where do you see they're at now?
Well, Scott, I mean, like we've always said, this is a team that we've liked. And for a lot of people, I think you forget that this was a team that 2 years ago made it to a Super Bowl and took care of business against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game that year. This is a great team coached by a great coach in Shanahan, who I've been a fan of since he got to San Francisco. And really, it's always, the last few years, it's been an issue of injuries. And now they're finally healthy.
Right.
They're coming into their own late in the season. And like you said, they have some of the best weapons on the outside and in the running game that you could ask for in the NFL. And
no doubt about it.
To your point, Deebo Samuel, I never thought of him as comparing to Tyreek Hill, mostly because he looks like he ate Tyreek Hill. But it is a good comparison as far as weapons, and then also the creativity on offense to be able to use those. They don't have Pat Mahomes, but they do have Jimmy G, who knows how to just distribute the ball and let the rest of those guys create the offense for him.
No doubt about it. And we didn't even mention Brandon Ayuk, who's come on strong this second half of the season, who we all knew was already talented, but was in a bit of Kyle Shanahan's doghouse earlier in the year. But also too, Eli Mitchell, who's been out the last couple of weeks with dealing with a concussion, it's a knee injury. He was a home run draft pick. He has been balling this season as a rookie. Kyle Juszczyk is just kind of your Swiss Army knife, do it all on the offensive side of the ball. But Shanahan is a guy who brings it all together. One of the reasons he is one of my favorite coaches in the NFL is because he puts his playmakers in position to make plays. Like, you have some guys who are stars around the league that you just wonder, how is this guy not getting targets? How is he not getting the ball in his hands? That's not a problem for stars who play under Kyle Shanahan. And, you look at the 49ers' rest of the schedule, it's Titans, Texans, Rams. So that's a very winnable close to the season. It's looking pretty good for the Niners to sneak into this NFC playoff picture. And, I think you agree, the 49ers are a team that can win a playoff game.
Oh, absolutely. This is not a team that you want to see in the playoffs because they're not afraid of road games either. And that's where they're going to be. And you don't want that to be your first round of match.
And not at all. The way the Niners are able to control the clock a lot of the times, take care of the football, as I mentioned with Jimmy G, run the ball, and, they have the explosive plays. Good luck trying to tackle George Kittle for 4 quarters. Same with Deebo Samuel, whether he's coming out of the backfield, getting targets out wide. The 49ers are looking scary and getting hot at the right time. But that's going to do it for us here, though. For Scott Procter and Matt Morris, we'll catch you next time.